What if we could take light inside of our body? What if there was a way we could create a technology that would release light from within? Today, you're going to see that technology. This day, this weekend, marks the next generation of LifeWave. The first 20 years have all been about LifeWave technology and patches. Now we are going to expand on that. Instead of just stimulating the body with light, we are going to explore an entirely new generation of light therapy technology. So, what benefits could we expect to see from this? First thing is, this technology is an entirely new way to elevate NAD. So at least some of you know that, what that is. So NAD is a key molecule involved in age reversal. And it is an energy-carrying molecule within the cell. If we can elevate NAD, we can turn on energy production, we can reset genes to a more youthful state. The next thing that we find with this technology is that we can support healthy levels of human growth hormone, keeping us young and healthy. We can regain and build new strength, stamina, and muscle with this. And the results are really shocking about how quickly this happens. When we're ramping up energy production, we are supporting the natural healing process. And you're going to see that one of the things that we can do with this is turn on the production of collagen. And ultimately, we will use this technology to stay younger longer. These are 5 new benefits that are all coming from one new machine. Is it biologically possible to stop aging and hopefully someday reverse it? Is there any evidence that this could possibly exist? Well, what's so interesting is that when we go back to 2018, when we had the start of the release of X39, we knew that this was going to mobilize stem cells in the body, that this was going to support natural healing, it was going to turn on energy production, help to regulate inflammation in the body, support overall natural healing. We started to see testimonials where it looked like people were becoming younger. So we started to see this evidence that as people began using X39, they showed physical signs of becoming younger. And in some cases, the results were dramatic. What if we could take water and we could break it into hydrogen and oxygen, treat hydrogen like a metal, recombine the hydrogen and oxygen in the presence of a catalyst using a specific type of energy, and reassemble it into a new form of water that never existed before? That was the hypothesis. So if we could achieve this, what it would literally mean is that if we could do it, we could create a new type of water that had photons of light embedded into the bonds of the water, so that when you drank the water, it would release that light into the body. That was the goal here. So now that we have created a new form of water, the question is, and by the way, this is patented already. This was a very quick patent for us. So we'll have just filed another 4 patents on this. We'll have over 20 patents on this technology by the time we're done. So we need to be able to determine if there's any benefits from drinking this water. We've created this new form of water, never existed before. Now we want to know if there's any longevity benefits. But what happened next, I think, was even more incredible. We had created this new water, never existed before. We did it from using a piece of equipment that has only been around since the 1950s, spectrophotometry. So prior to 1950s, there would have been no way to figure out what wavelengths of light lobsters were emitting, which was fundamental to this discovery. Let's take a look at this now. Previously, people might have thought, well, okay, light therapy is all about stimulating the body with light with some type of device. And in our cases, it's with patches. But this idea that you could actually release light inside of the body and embed water, which goes everywhere, with light. This is an entirely new concept. And undoubtedly, there's going to be some skeptics that will say, no, that can't be possible, but we've actually proven that this is what's going on here. So we have a total of 7 human clinical studies now, and we've completed 4. The 5th one will be completed, I hope, this month, and then we have another 2 that are in process. So we took the initial study that we did and learned an enormous amount of information from it. And then from there, we began to modify the study to see what else that we could learn. So in the first study that we did with this light water, the first study, what we wanted to do was cast a huge net. And we essentially wanted to find out, well, what's going on in the blood, in the urine, what's going on in the bioelectrical system in the body. Normally, when you do studies, you cast this big net the first time, and then there's little pieces of gems that come out. You don't expect that everything is going to be and kind of go from there. In this case, that's not what happened. We did a blood study in this first study with dark field and bright field microscopy. That showed changes immediately after consuming this water. And the metabolism data was simply to look at what rate are amino acids being metabolized and used in the body. If we want to have a technology that's going to upregulate mitochondrial function, alter gene expression, it's going to increase the rate at which we heal, we would expect to find that in metabolic data, in urine testing. So we did that, and we did find that. We had people connected to a physio suite. We looked at their heart rate, the heart rate variability. We looked at EEG. We saw changes there. We had people sitting in front of an infrared camera. And we had people drink this water. Now, what we were looking for was to see if people were in pain, and you can see the inflammation on the infrared, if drinking the water would get rid of their pain. What we didn't expect to find is that when people drank the water, we would see light coming out of their throat. And this showed up in some people on the infrared. Now, when we have a new product, of course, we want to see how long is it going to take for people to respond to the product. In this study, and bear in mind, X39 is our flagship product. So the idea here is that we can have a technology not only to stimulate the skin with light, but now to take light in the body, and the two are working in harmony. So could we see that people's results with X39 would even be faster than 24 hours? Well, we had one person in the study. We had in these 4 studies about 80 people. We had 80 people. One person out of the 80, after drinking the water, responded within only 2 minutes. Yeah, it's one person. I know. 79 out of the 80, we saw changes in the heart rate variability and the EEG in 15 seconds. So we were very excited about that.